Hey guys, it's Toast here. As you can tell by the title, we're talking about the band SororityNoise. More specifically, their first album, Forgettable. Support the channel by subscribing and hitting that bell icon. If you enjoy, leave a like to push this out to other people too. If you don't want to hear a light history on the band, then skip to this time on screen now. Okay, now that the fake fans are gone, a light history on the band SororityNoise. SororityNoise is a band formed in Hartford, Connecticut. The band comprises of the members of multiple other bands, showing that they're seasoned professionals. The band hasn't been active since 2018, but in their short 5-year run, they made many fans and a big name for themselves at the time. One of the top 100 artists to know in 2015, according to alternative press. Unfortunately, due to some allegations against Cameron Boucher, the lead singer of the group, they have been on hiatus ever since their last live concert in spring 2018. Today we're talking about their debut album, Forgettable. The songs Blonde Hair, Black Lungs, and Mediocre at Best were my personal introduction to the band. I'll get into those more in depth when we get to that point in the album. Their music has quite the variety. It's moody and hard in places, then soft and smooth in other spots. Indie alternative rock is more so the place I'd put them at genre-wise. None of their songs really sound the same from what I've heard, and I enjoy the variety. We will not be talking about any of the controversy of the band nor its members. This is not the video for that. I'm separating art from artist in a situation where they have controversy. I do not want to hear any of you hating the band purely for stigmatism against the members. I'm not ignoring what happened, if it did happen. I'm also not in the know to how to talk about the subject. That's my little disclaimer. If you've watched this far without skipping, thank you. Those that skip to this part,
I'm watching you. I can smell you. Take a shower, you stinky ass.
Anyway, to the album. First song on the album, Rory's Shield. A heavy start to the album, both in guitar and in tone. Standard and safe song to start with, the song's mostly about the lead singer's struggle after a breakup, with a girl that seemingly didn't give a shit about him. A song many can relate to, man or woman. It's a strong start to a good album. I hadn't actually heard this one before making this video, and I have to say, I do like the overall vibe of the song and the instruments. The guitar is the most memorable part, and is the case for a lot of this band's songs I've listened to, as well as Boucher's vocals. His raw vocals actually make you feel for the guy, as if he's a friend telling you his struggles when you listen to the song. It's a clear 6.5 out of 10 song. One of my favorites on the album, Mediocre at Best, is a song simply about self-doubt and how much he dislikes the state of the world and how he fits into it. More raw vocals with a melancholy edge. It's definitely a song I'd put on when I'm feeling a bit melancholy myself. Personally, I relate to the song as well, as someone who has a lot of self-doubt in himself. I feel many could understand that as well. The tone and mood of the song are just great. It's a perfect balance between melody and emotion. It's a short description, but short and sweet to the point for this song. It's beautiful. 7.5 out of 10 song here. No contest.
You told me to try and find myself, so I found myself in someone else's bed.
Another of the songs I didn't hear prior to making this video, Dirty Icks. I'd say it's the weakest of the album, but it's far from bad. It's still a vibe. The song seems to be about himself being called a bad partner by an ex, and by finding himself, he continues messing around, not really changing himself, and instead going for changing other, less important things. His focus was on the wrong issues in the relationship from the vibe of this song. I do really enjoy the drums and guitar, and the bass in the song. It's fast and short, definitely something you can throw into a playlist and kind of forget it's there. You don't hate it, but it's hard to fall in love with it. Definitely a 5.5. There's far worse songs out there, but this is by far, in my opinion, the worst on the album.
I spend a lot of time above water. In fact, I spend most of my time in my room. Lately that's made me wonder if I've given up on.
A song that I do tend to enjoy, Nick Quah's Christmas Party. The song seems to be about him feeling depressed and disheartened by himself, trying to change his life, but everything seems to not go his way. Friendships and relationships hurt by his mental state, focusing more on the end of his life coming, rather than living in the now. It's definitely a good song. I do like it a lot. It starts slow and nice with an acoustic guitar, a great switch up in the album before the drums kick in. It's definitely a short and enjoyable song that you can throw in any playlist, but unlike 30X, it's one you'll remember when you see it in the queue. I'd give it a hard 7 out of 10, no doubt.
I wrote you a book of poems, but you forgot to take it home. So if you're leaving, let me know.
Shortest song on the album by 2 seconds, but still a very good song. Queen Anne's Lace is likely about a girl he loves that he fears is going to end her life. He wants to be there for her. He knows he isn't perfect, but he still wants to be with her. He feels the most comfortable with her. It's a song I can relate to heavily, and I do love it. I'm giving this one just above mediocre at best, as the highest yet of 8 of 10. Short, simple, and oh so unforgettable. Beautiful song, heavy-hearted song, highest rating yet. Let's keep this going.
I thought I'd grow out my hair, see if you notice, and I'd start dressing nice to make you believe that I'm alright.
Second shortest song on the album. Also, very good listen. Still Shrill is about the changes people make to themselves for someone else. It's about him changing everything about himself to get a girl's attention, something men and women do all the time in their lives. It's something we can all relate to. We've all had a crush or someone we want to impress, and we make the conscious choice to alter ourselves to get their attention. I love the rhythm of the song and the raw emotion in the vocals. It's a great song with a strong message. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Definitely replayable, and if you haven't heard it yet, I definitely recommend you give it a listen.
So I thought I'd write you this song so you could get noticed. When you told me you were leaving, I couldn't feel my mouth. 'Cause all I'll ever be is someone else.
Now we're on to my favorite song on the entire album, and their most popular song on the album. It's a song about a mindset post-breakup, the depression and the internal pain you feel, as well as the pure numbness your mind goes through during a breakup. Absolutely their heaviest song in the album, reiterating multiple times to see what it feels like to die, enhancing the message of the numbness one feels after a harsh breakup. It's the song that got me into the band, and I have to say, It's definitely tied with their song from their next album, Art School Wannabe, as my favorite from them in general. 9 out of 10. No contest whatsoever.
There's not a thing that I could say to stop your blue eyes from fading to gray, and all the blood will rush to my head and fall out of my mouth.
Another song I hadn't heard until making this video, Smooth Jazz, is an absolute vibe. Smooth and somber, hauntingly gentle, quickly became one of my favorites on the album, contesting with Queen Anne's Lace for my second place spot on this list. It's likely about the death of a friend, as a kid going into adulthood, watching his friend slowly die inside. Someone very close with him likely losing their life, scarring him and making him feel alone in life, needing to constantly remind himself that he isn't alone, while reliving the last moments with his close friend. Damn it, it's really close, it really is, but I'm giving it an 8 out of 10, tying it with Queen Anne's Lace and our next song, Smoke.
I swore that I would be okay. You told me that your biggest fear was waking up each day.
Final song on the album, Smoke. Just wow. This album's second half is its absolute peak, and I love this song just as much as I love Queen Anne's Lace and Blonde Hair Black Lungs. It's absolutely amazing. It's likely about a friend that passed, maybe the one that passed from Smooth Jazz, either a friend or a girlfriend that passed unexpectedly, making him feel absolutely lonely, holding on to ghosts, not wanting to feel alone, thinking about them constantly. A hauntingly beautiful song, such a great listen, a song I could definitely hear playing at a funeral service. It's hard, but I'll give it another 8 out of 10, as if you couldn't tell already. Strong end to a strong debut for the band. Overall, I love the album. It has a couple middle ground songs, but none are even close to bad. I can see any of these being someone's favorite from the band in general. My order goes as such, and ties can be interchanged to either order, of course. Blonde Hair Black Lungs, 9 out of 10. Queen Anne's Lace, 8 out of 10. Smooth Jazz, 8 out of 10. Smoke, 8 out of 10. Mediocre at best, 7.5 out of 10. Still Shrill, 7 out of 10. Nick Quaz, Christmas Party, 7 out of 10. Rory Shield, 6.5 out of 10. Dirty Icks, 5.5 out of 10. Overall rating of the album, 7.5 out of 10. Thank you for joining me today, and if you haven't already, like and subscribe, as well as support the band and album by buying albums, attending concerts, and streaming their music on services that directly tie to them, such as Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Apple Music, and other services. I love you all, and join me next time when we talk about more music, movies, video games, and TV shows that I love and that you love as well. Comment any recommendations, and I'll consider making a video on it. Treat people with respect, show love, and be good people. Take care, y'all.